Hi, I'm Candis Smith, and I'm the CEO and founder of Shaping Pathways, Inc. I'm a leadership and executive coach, and we've kicked off our empowerment series. In January, we're focusing on our I am statements. We live in a world where many don't know who they are. A lot of us are on social media. We focus on everyone else to tell us who we are, but many are lost. They don't know who they are. They don't know what's their vision. So today, we're going to spend some time writing our I am statement. And I'm going to share with you my personal journey and how I defined my I am statement and my vision for my life, both personally and professionally. So join me as we dive into my story. Hope you find this inspiring.
This with the power of I am, because I want everyone to understand who I am, because I want you to know the power of who you are. I'll start with explaining a little bit about who I am. I am Candis Smith. I am the founder of Shaping Pathways, Inc. And a little background about myself. I came to the US at the age of 18 to start and study in university. And unlike many who come to the US, my intent wasn't to come and stay, because I love my twin island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm an island girl to heart. You heard my sister's very thick island accent, because we're island girls. And when I came here, my intent was really to go back home. But I really didn't want to go back home, because I really came from a home that was dysfunctional. See, my parents taught us a lot about determination, hard work, commitment. I was taught failure was not an option. My parents committed everything to their career, and that afforded us the luxuries of life. When in the Caribbean, when I looked at my friends, we traveled, we could afford the things. When I looked around my friends, they didn't really have what we had. But on the other side, we really had to present life as perfect. We couldn't communicate outside of a house what was going on in a house. We couldn't even communicate to each other in a house what was going on in a house. So we had to shut down our feelings, our voice. We had to pretend like everything was always okay. When we went to school, it was okay. We went to church, it was okay. Even to other family members who knew what was going on inside our house, it was always okay. And so we just developed this thing of decompartmentalizing our feelings, our emotions. And you found a way of just learning how to survive and find a way to channel your feelings into other things and forget what was happening in your life. And for me, that became my education. I just focused heavily on my education. And that pain that I felt when I saw my parents' marriage and the things that was happening in my home, I focused heavily on my education. And when I came to the US, that's what I was running away from. I was running away from what was happening in my home. And I didn't tell anyone that. And became that cycle that I realized was happening in my life. And I went to college. I got married. I found a great job on Wall Street. I had my beautiful daughter 2 years after getting married. And I found myself now in a dysfunctional marriage. But I was thriving in my career. And guess what? I didn't tell anyone. I didn't tell anyone what was going on because I learned to not communicate. I learned to suppress my feelings. I learned to not share and just make sure everything was okay. But I was also figuring out how to manage life. The outside, I was a definition of success. I was this young professional. And as a young professional, even at the age of 25, I was told on Wall Street, you're too young to have a child. Me? Too young? But how could you figure out you're too young when there was no other person to look up to? Because there was no one else that looked like me. So I figured out, what would I do? I would have to work harder to prove myself. Because how could you tell me that I'm too young to have a child? But I had to prove to make my marriage work. I had to prove to them that I could work harder and be successful and still try to figure out how to navigate this world by myself. But I had nobody to talk to. I had nobody to help me figure it out because I wasn't taught to talk to anybody about it. But I cracked. My job put me on short-term disability. And then I figured out I didn't know what to do. And I decided to give it all up. And I resigned from this esteemed prestige job on Wall Street. And I went back to the dreaded place I hated, back to Trinidad. And I went back there and for 6 months, and I spoke to no one about what I was feeling in shame. And there I said, in shame, let me figure out how to make this work. And tried to mend a broken marriage and came back to the US. And I got a job back in the same bank on Wall Street. And not even 2 months of coming back, I got another job in another bank. And not even maybe 6 months after that, they gave me a great opportunity to move to Jacksonville. And that's how I'm here in Florida, great Florida. And it was amazing because I came here for a great opportunity, moved my family, and I thought everything was great. My marriage was now, I thought, was thriving. I was able to buy my first home. I had a great promotion, new responsibilities. But when you think life is going great, things can take an amazing turn when you least expect it. I had a miscarriage right after buying my house. This marriage that I thought I was trying to hold on so hard to fell apart. And I found myself alone in this new city with no family, no one I knew, being a single mom to a young child in a new job, see, technically new job with new responsibilities as a new leader, right? I'm a leader managing this team. And again, who am I going to talk to? I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who to turn to. Trying to figure out how to navigate new responsibilities, a miscarriage, buying a new home, navigating a child, trying to figure out how to be a single mom, manage a new team. And again, I fell apart. Because again, I don't know how to navigate all of these things, who to speak to, who to turn to. And I found myself in a place where I don't know what to do. I didn't know how to take care of myself. And furthermore, even take care of the one I love the most, my child. And I found myself in church one day on my knees. I couldn't even get up from my knees. Tears flowing down my eyes with my little daughter next to me. And I heard the sweet, still voice saying to me, love you like I love you. And it changed my life forever. It embarked in me a journey that changed the course of my life, both personally and professionally. Because God began to reveal in me a healing process that I never thought I needed in parts of my life, both personally and professionally. he began to show me this little girl from Trinidad that I was walking around with that needed love, that needed to be told, you're beautiful, that needed to be told, I love you, that needed to be told, I'm proud of you, that needed to be protected. And I took that pain and suppressed it. And those are the things that, for me, as an adult, I carried through into my personal and professional life. And I started to heal. And I started to find my voice. And that voice realized, Candis, who are you? Who are you? You're chasing after all this success. And this success led you on a spiritual transformation that you began to ask, what are you trying to be? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to embark on? And I found myself not being able to answer those questions because I didn't know. But God began to show me who he wanted me to be, where he wanted me to go. And the journey that he decided that he wanted to embark me on. And I realized that both in my professional life and in my personal life, he called me to be a change agent. All the roles that I was in professionally, I was in a change role. I was a transformation agent because I was doing that naturally. Because he was using my gifts naturally to transform things, to change things, to move things. And just as he was doing that in me in my professional life, he was calling me to do that in my personal life. And he gave me one day in prayer 3 words: renew, restore, release. And in those 3 words, I took those words and I wrote them down on a flashcard. And I stuck them on my computer. And I didn't really know what he was going to do with that. They were stuck on my computer for years. And last year, during prayer again, he gave me a vision, a revelation. And he said to me, Candis, this has been your cycle of your transformation. I've been renewing you, I've been restoring you, and I've been releasing you constantly from all the things that's been holding you back, both professionally and both personally. And this is how Shaping Pathways was born. A shape. He said, I'm the potter and you're the clay. I'm constantly molding you. I'm molding you. And as you go through your different experiences, your shape changes because you're constantly growing and transforming. And that path I've set forth for you a long time ago before you even formed in your mother's womb. But that path, you can take the long way or you can take the short way. That's only if you let me lead you. In Psalm 119, 105, the word is a lamp to my feet that directs your path. Your actions, your choices will dictate the path that you will go. And that's the foundation of Shaping Pathways. And Shaping Pathways is about helping minority women, and there's men, but especially minority women who feel overlooked, who feel they don't have a voice, who feel that they have to walk around with a mask. And I want you to feel that and know that you can rewrite your narrative, that you can find the confidence and determine what is your definition of success. What does success look like for you? Success doesn't have to look like what the world defines it as. Success is a combination of your journey, your story, but that is dictated by God being at the forefront, God dictating that and leading you and helping to show you the gifts that he's given you and where he wants to take you. So I want you to know that you're not alone, because I'm here and there's many others to help you navigate this transformation and journey. So today, what we're going to spend time doing is helping you go through and begin this journey of renewing, restoring, and releasing the things that have held you back from moving forward into the vision that God has set forward for your life. See, a lot of businesses and companies spend a lot of time writing visions, their vision statements, right? And I spent some time thinking, how much time do we spend writing our own vision statement for our life? You know, we work, you spend a lot of time getting up every day, going to a job, and they hammer into you their vision statement. You get up and you work and you know what their visions. You could repeat that every day. It's all written up in there. You walk in their lobbies and you see their vision statement. You see their flyers and their vision statements written. Where's your vision statement? It's important because everything we do in our life should be centered around your vision statement, your thoughts, your actions, your behaviors, everything, everything. Your prayers, the people you surround yourself with, your jobs. So it's important that we define this, because everything we do from this point on should be centered around that. We're not meant to do this alone. We got to empower each other. We got to help build each other up. The biggest thing of the enemy is when we feel that we are alone. And he loses the minute that we are together. So we got to empower each other. And that was one of the reasons why I created Shaping Pathways. Because I want to empower, especially minority women. Because especially when I look back at my professional journey, I didn't have many like me to help me. And even now, I don't have people that I go to. But a lot of women come to me and men come to me and like, Candis, help. Candis, I need. Candis, this, Candis. And I don't mind. But they still feel that they struggle to share. And I want you to know that there are things that, strategies that I have learned and developed that have helped me. And I am going to continue to have these workshops and webinars. I'm not going to do them in person all the time. I plan to maybe do them once a quarter, but I'll do them monthly online, virtually, so that we can continue to have these powerful sessions to connect and share. I have my coaching business. And so what you'll have, Sharon's going to hand them out, and then they're available virtually for those online. So I offer them. So if you want to have a free half-hour session with me, feel free to go on my website. You can just, there's a QR code. You can book a discovery call with me. And then I have my journal. I have them for sale. This is something that I've done since I was a little girl. I do them today. I've done them my entire life. I've been journaling my entire life. I started journaling, I can't even remember. I used to journal, and then I was so scared that people used to find them. I used to burn the pages because I didn't want nobody to find it and read it. And then I have journals and I just keep them. So I created a journal and I published it. So this, my journal's for sale. If you would like it, I will sign them after. And these are handmade bookmarks as well. They're actually handcrafted. And they're for sale as well. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for just partaking of, in this workshop today and openly sharing this was very powerful. And I thank you for God just being in the midst and just for the sisterhood and the brotherhood. And because there's brothers as well in a virtual session. So may God bless you. May you enjoy the rest of your weekend and the week ahead. And I look forward to us in our other sessions in the months to come. Thank you, everyone.
I hope you found this video inspiring. And if you did, hit the subscribe button below and share with others so we can inspire many. Also, if you want to continue your leadership journey, book a discovery call with me so we can discuss your goals. I look forward to connecting with you soon.